now listening to Lauer Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Let's get it.
At Tanagra, when the walls fell. This is Dan always coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio, but it's not just another time, Jason.
It is not.
You know, we've always had the dad life.
Yes.
We've always had the thug life,
Come on. What are we talking about?
but now we got the bright lights.
There's a lot of bright lights in this
Mhm.
room.
So we are
Well,
living
Dave
up
was
to the song.
prophetic when he wrote the
Yeah.
thing.
Little did we know.
There would be bright lights.
Yeah. I mean, thug life. That's a grand. That's
Come on.
Take it for granted, right?
I mean, just look at us.
When I think thug life, I think you and I.
Yeah.
Lauer Road.
Come on.
For sure, 100%.
100%.
Well, we are live. Are we live?
Yeah, as of, I think so.
We're
Yeah.
we're live on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And so that's a different thing than
Yeah.
we've ever done before. When we started this journey, I think our hope was that no one would ever have to see our faces.
Yes.
We knew that.
Many people told us that we had a face for radio,
Yeah.
which
a
is
lot.
why we called it Lauer Road Radio.
Right.
Yeah.
So we went with that. But turns out that we now want to go on YouTube, the YouTubes. So
The YouTube
Mhm.
community reached out,
they did reach out to us.
and
yeah.
they said, you need to be
Uh-huh.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
We hear your audio all
now
the time.
more than
but-
ever. So we are doing that, but you'll still be able to listen to us where you would normally listen
Yeah,
to us.
iTunes and iHeartRadio and Spotify,
Stitcher, Spotify,
Player FM.
Podbean. You know, there's lots of
Yeah.
ways that you can listen to us. But now you can look at our faces
Yes.
and listen to us,
yes.
which apparently is better.
according to some people.
Okay.
I had this conversation. My daughter's sitting off camera here.
Yeah.
She's 16.
I'm going to talk about her in a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll talk about her now.
Okay.
We're driving over,
Uh-huh.
and I'm explaining to her why we want to make the move from just normal podcasting to
Right.
YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, my generation, I sound like I sound super old.
Yeah.
I said, but my generation and older, we watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
You have cable TV, you have
Mhm.
stuff like that. I said, and then I made a reference to our friends Aaron and Brett, and I said, Aaron and Brett, they don't have TV, they watch YouTube.
Yeah, they're like,
And she laughed. She goes, yeah.
yeah.
And I'm like, that's you too, isn't it? She goes,
Mhm.
yeah. Like, she doesn't watch TV.
Yeah.
She watches YouTube.
That's what my kids watch, and it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like we're contributing to the dumbing down of society.
No, but here's what I told her. This is what I love about it. No longer will Hollywood dictate what entertainment is to America.
Or maybe
Na-
they will, because we're pretty sure we got shut off just a little bit ago.
Yeah. Well, we're not. I don't know if we're allowed to say the word.
There are some words that we think we have to keep away, and they're not cuss words.
No.
They're topical.
Turns out there's a sickness that's going around right now.
So if nobody else is listening to us, YouTube is listening, and they want to make sure.
The first time we record this, the first thing I said was
Mhm.
the name of the sickness that's going around.
Yeah, we don't want to disseminate
No.
the virus.
We were immediately.
We
you
also-
don't say that word. I don't know if we're allowed to say that word.
Really?
We got kicked off the moment we said that word last.
I
we
said.
got kicked
Well,
off.
I didn't say everything.
The beer virus.
The Mexican beer virus.
What are you gonna say about her?
Well, I thought we might have fun. So, for those who are interested in this sort of thing, the camera that we're using is called a what?
Mevo.
And your daughter is running the camera.
Yes.
Right? So all of the little shots that you see back and forth, close-ups, all that sort of thing, you know, is her handiwork,
Yes.
which I'm sure she's doing a great job. She looks very attentive. Doesn't look like she's actually watching YouTube over there.
No, she might be though.
Yeah. So I thought, why don't we have fun with her?
Yeah.
And see, you know, if she can stay on her toes, and let's tell a story, one word at a time.
Oh gosh.
And see if she can stay with us.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, boom, boom, boom.
Okay,
boom,
I follow.
Back and
Just
forth.
one word.
So Stella, here's the thing: you got to stay. Whoever's talking, you got to be on the person, right? So you got to. You ready for
Okay,
this?
let's address the camera as we do this.
Okay.
This is unplanned, by the
This
way,
is
right?
going to be hard.
This- I don't have this in my thing.
Yeah, we've not done that.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't know this was going to happen.
No.
I don't know. I have to look at the camera.
Well, I think we should.
Okay.
If she's the one going back and forth,
All right.
this would be a good test.
Okay, here we go. You want to go first or me?
I'll go first.
Okay.
10,000 ways
to
kill
a
cat.
is
The
best
book
I've
ever
read.
and
I've. Did you do it?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
never
Read
another
book
that
I
thought
was
as
good. 10,000.
wait.
I mean,
Yeah.
it just turned out to be like a book report. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a story. I was thinking like Once Upon a Time.
Well, that's what I was going to throw it off by saying 10.
Yeah.
I started off with 10, right? Was that my first thing?
I should have said score.
10 score
Yeah.
and 5
Years
years
ago.
ago.
Yeah. That would have been great. Did you stay with us the whole time? There might have been. It's possible some people had some what was the like people used to watch the anime and they used to like fall down and have like convulsions.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? That might have happened with all of the.
Yeah.
We should put up some sort of warning that
Yes.
says.
If you're prone to seizures,
Yeah.
fast-moving
Yeah.
images,
Is there any way we can get some super cool lens flares in here? Like
call Michael Bay.
Well, I think J.J. Abrams is more the.
Really?
Michael Bay is like explosions in the background.
Michael Bay has some sun
But
flares.
J.J. Abrams likes the lens flares. I mean, you watch. Like, I pointed it out to Erica. We were watching
Yeah.
one of his Star Treks, and I said he gets
Yeah.
made fun of because of the lens flares. And she's like, really? I don't know. And she's
Yeah.
like, I never really noticed
Like
it.
in space.
And I was like, trust me, watch this. And it was just every single scene has one lens flare.
I
after
like it. I
another.
like the lens flare.
Until I noticed it, and
Yeah.
then once I noticed it, I couldn't see anything else. I'm just watching lens flares happen.
Right.
So I like a good lens flare. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I like a good.
We
lens
may or
flare.
may not have lens flares.
If we can, I don't know if that's in the budget. You know.
Stella, figure out the lens flare.
Yeah. Can you
Okay.
do that? Lens flare. Good
Okay.
job. All right. So we're live
Yes.
on YouTube, and is there any way for me to interact with people, or how would I
There
do
is,
that?
but I have my notes up. I didn't quite think this through. So you can actually go to the YouTube channel. I'm assuming if you're watching, you're already on. But Lauer Road Radio has a YouTube channel.
We do.
Yeah, we've had it for a while.
All right.
So
There
if
it
you
is.
if you go to Lauer Road Radio,
Oh, it's live.
you can subscribe to
I
it. It
just
is live.
clicked watching, and one person is watching.
Okay,
But
so
that's just live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It not
I mean, by
counts
time the listener watches this,
Sure.
it's probably going to be at least 3 or 4.
at least.
So the number one thing you want to do is this right here. You want to click the thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
The thumbs up is what gets us dollar bills, y'all.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So if we want to ever make any money at all,
We do.
like listen,
Desperately.
we've spent like $10,000 in the studio with all the equipment and the lights and
Mhm.
the camera,
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And so I need at least 10,000 of these to even come close to pay for that.
I thought it was a thumb wrestling like dummy. You know what I mean? Like
Please don't
you're
break that.
working on your. I'm 100% gonna break this one day, but it does feel like it, like
Yeah.
you know, like it's a good
Or
practice.
Raka Sakam
2,
robots.
3, 4. I declare thumb. What's your strategy with thumb wrestling?
You wait for them to make a move and you counterattack.
Do you put your thumb down and like bait them into it, and then
Yeah,
go
yeah.
back, and then
And you counterattack and you cross
so
it
you
over.
like you put your thumb down
Yeah.
for like long enough time for them to be like, finally I'm gonna go for it,
Or you go tag team and you click the one finger and go.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic right there. So this is what we want. We want you to like it, is that
Uh-huh.
what and subscribe to it.
Yeah.
Or comment on it.
Interact with
rate
the
it.
show.
Interact with the show. If you don't like the show, I mean, it would hurt our feelings.
Just don't get personal with it.
Yeah, no reason to get personal.
Just say, not my thing.
Yeah. Or don't even say that. You know what I mean?
You know, just not, I was having a hard day. And so, you know,
Yeah. I mean, just like it. Just like it.
it doesn't cost you anything to like it.
No, it's not like YouTube only hands out 10 likes a day.
Yeah.
And says, you have to gonna budget these,
Yeah. Reserve them.
Mm-hmm. So for those who have not listened to the show before, Jason, we have a normal, I was gonna say trope, but I don't think that's what it is.
I don't know what that
We have
word.
a, we
what
have
is
a
that
normal
word?
policy, which is what we call the 3 and 3.
Yes.
So every week we each have 3 things that we are just dying to talk about. Just gotta get these
Yes.
things off my chest. So what is your first thing?
We might get kicked off for this one.
Okay, I'm prepared. I'm watching the red light.
Okay, so
Still on.
Jose Canseco,
Jose Canseco,
my dad sent me. Our dad,
the great baseball player.
yeah,
For
he
those
he
that-
sent me this news story. Jose Canseco worried about Bigfoot and aliens contracting coronavirus.
We're still on, so I
Okay.
guess you can say that word.
Let's not overdo it though.
So Jose Canseco is concerned
That Bigfoot and
that Bigfoot
aliens
is gonna
might contract this virus. Yes.
the disease, as it
Yes.
were.
And so that
That doesn't seem possible because we don't even have a picture of him. How can
of
we
Jose Canseco, we have lots of pictures of him.
Okay, that's a good point. How can we get close enough to Bigfoot to actually? It doesn't seem possible. It seems like if anybody has practiced social distancing,
It would be him.
it would be him.
Yeah.
He invented. He made
So
it cool.
Jose Canseco, this is where the story is interesting for me.
Mm-hmm.
He has actually gone out looking for Bigfoot.
I believe it.
I have too.
Uh-huh.
I like this.
Yeah.
Jose Canseco might be my new favorite former athlete.
I didn't know he wasn't already. I just
A former
assumed
athlete?
He was your favorite.
Oh yeah, he is my favorite now. So I clicked the news story and I read it. He he did a Bigfoot hunt and offered to take people with him
Uh-huh.
for the straight cash transaction of
Uh-huh.
$5,000 a head
$5,000 a head.
to go Bigfooting with Jose Canseco.
How, like for an afternoon, for a week.
There wasn't a whole lot of details of what that Bigfoot hunting experience would be,
Mm-hmm.
but if it was $5,000 a week to go with Jose Canseco out in the woods and look for Bigfoot,
I assume that's not expenses paid. Like you're gonna have to
well, you probably have to meet him in the woods.
bring your own
If you're going to-
food and whatnot.
I would think so. I mean, $5,000
I feel like a week is a bit much for me
with Jose
with
Canseco,
Jose Canseco. I feel like there's a sweet spot of time
like
with
2.5
Jose Canseco.
days.
I'm thinking hours. Like it'd be cool to say that I hung out with him for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think after a couple of hours, I'd be
Here's
like,
the thing: in
okay.
a heartbeat, I would pay $5,000. I would
mm-hmm.
to go with Jose Canseco and look for Bigfoot for a week. I would in a heartbeat. Now I don't have $5,000.
I feel like you're walking away from that trip not a fan of Jose Canseco.
that's
what I'm saying.
possible,
Yeah,
but he's
I'd
going to
say
walk
it's
away not a
likely.
fan of me either.
Well, that goes
It's going to be a
without saying.
mutual not fanness.
Yes, that's true. I just feel like he's going to grate on you pretty easily, pretty quickly, and you're going to look back at
Listen,
that. And
have
be
you
like,
been around me?
This is
I can do that too.
well, okay.
Two walk in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Thunderdome.
Right.
Two goes in, one comes out.
You think that's how that works?
Maybe.
It's like when I eat 2 tacos.
Two goes in, one goes out.
I don't know.
I just love it that Jose Canseco's charging people to go Bigfooting with him.
Do you know if he got any takers?
I don't know.
Where he's got to
I-
live in California, right?
Probably. Northern California is
Oh, if it's
Bigfoot
Northern
territory. Yeah.
California, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're walking around like downtown L.A., just
Hey,
Oakland. I don't know if Bigfoot exists there.
maybe. We don't
Uh-huh.
know.
We don't know. There's more that we don't know about Bigfoot than what we do know.
There's more that we don't know about everything. Of all the knowledge that has ever existed
Okay.
and that will exist,
All right.
the fraction that we do know,
Mm-hmm.
very, very small. Like
mean,
maybe
you
less
don't-
than 1%.
The ironic thing is you don't know that though. Like
But you
that's
can't
one
prove
of
it
the
one
things
way
you
or
don't
the other.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. It's less than 1%.
Of what we know versus what is
What has always
available
been
to
known
be known.
and what will always be known in the future.
mm-hmm.
All knowledge of mankind. Less than 1%.
Okay. If you say so. I don't know.
What
I
do you think?
Well, you know what I mean? I feel like there are some niche things that we don't know yet. It's like if like when you take a test
Yeah.
and you go through them, like I'm going to get out all the ones that are like super easy.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to work on the hard ones.
Yeah.
You might knock out 80% and then you go back and work on 20%. I feel like
You think
human-
of all knowledge, we know 80%
yeah,
of
but I
everything.
feel
that-
like sometimes the 20% takes 10 times as long as the 80% took because
Oh.
it's so hard to understand. But I think,
it's super arrogant to think that we know 80% of all knowledge.
well, but what I'm saying is it might take another million years for us to get the rest of the 20% because it's just that difficult to understand.
I think once you
I
get to
think
that.
we've racked up a lot.
Okay, listen, once you have the 80%, which obviously you have down,
Mhm.
then you accomplish that 20%.
yeah.
You will soon realize there's another 80% you didn't even know existed.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. There's more unknown than there is known.
It's like when I'm eating Well, so what's the best Mexican food in Marion?
Victor's.
It's Victor's Tacos.
Yeah.
We a hop, step, and a skip away from here. You can get the ultimate nachos at Victor's Nachos. It's fabulous, by the way. It's just a wonderful thing to eat. The first 80% of that nacho plate, you're gonna get through pretty quick.
Yes.
That's the easy part.
yes.
It's the people that push through the last 20%. Those are the ones that separate themselves, right?
Yes.
And that's the hardest part. So
That's
that's
what
what I'm
makes the difference.
saying. Anybody that first 80%, we figured out pretty quick. You know, breathing, walking, the words, you know, what they mean,
Yeah.
things like that, how to cut hair, stuff like that. Like just real basic common knowledge.
How long did it take for humanity to figure out, hey, we can cut this? We don't have to let it grow
I
forever.
feel like it probably happened on accident at some point. Like
Like you're running through the woods and it catches on a tree.
and somebody's like, "Oh no, my hair's off," and they probably thought like they were gonna
Hey,
die.
It's probably not that
You
bad.
know what I mean, like,
yeah.
is there blood? No.
Just pull it
Did
out.
it hurt?
Yeah.
No. Well, what if you did it again? No, man, not on me. Like, do it on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and then somebody got brave and did it, and then all of a sudden hairstyles. You know. I never thought about that. Who was the first? Somebody at some point was the first.
Somebody
one to be like,
had to be the first one to cut their hair.
guys, what if we cut this here?
What came first? The
Yeah.
man bun or the haircut?
The man bun. Well, I mean, I feel like it was dreads. Probably. Can you?
I don't know. Maybe
Well,
not.
not dreads.
It could have been a
What's
man
the-
bun.
What am I thinking? What's the other thing?
Yeah.
Corn. No,
Think
not
cornrows?
I feel like.
Hey, what if we braided our hair in really small braids?
Well, obviously, you and I are not, you know, in a position to be speaking on hair or style.
No.
Because even when we had hair, it wasn't good hair.
No.
You know.
That's why I cut it off.
Exactly.
Like, I'm done with this. I don't want to mess with this.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
That's my first thing. What's your first thing?
My first thing. I got a few things, but so I'll do this one first. So. So I mentioned to you before the show, before we started recording, that I have a dog,
Yes.
and we have a.
Marion's worst kept dog.
That's the rumor. Okay, he's
Everybody, like, there's lost dog signs up that you didn't put up. Like,
Mhm.
other people
They're
put up.
concerned about.
They're
my
concerned
dog.
about your
People
dog.
are concerned about my dog.
Like,
So
it doesn't have a
we
home.
have-
It's just walking around.
We have an invisible electric shock
So you say.
fence
Yeah.
that I installed myself.
Okay.
I've actually walked with the thing recently, and it shocked me, so I know it works. And I mean, they have this little tool that is supposed to like do like a little spark or like a beep, so you know it's like actually working. But I figure, as a responsible dog owner, like I should be able to get shocked.
Yeah.
Right. I just feel like it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm basically guaranteeing at some point he's going to get shocked.
Yes.
So I should know what that feels like. Anyway, so the dog wanders around the yard, but he's got a wonderful life. He chases squirrels all day. He's got the whole yard to run around.
Yeah.
He's not like looking through a fence, like wondering what is that over there. He gets to see every car drive by, every person, every dog. You know,
He's constantly looking in the house like, please let me
he's
in.
always got food. Here's the thing about him, though. You bring him in the house, then he just wants to go outside because turns out dogs were meant to go outside.
What?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
How's everything going, Stella?
Oh, okay. Well, let me see if I can plug it in.
Okay.
It should be plugged in already.
All right.
Does it say a percentage? Okay.
It's critically low.
That's not good.
So should I continue with the
Yeah,
story?
keep talking.
What you
I'll be back.
Oh, jeez. All right, so here's what happened. We were gone, as is our wont. We leave a lot. And when we leave, we crack the garage door open for the dog to get in and out at will. We leave plenty of food, treats, whatnot for him available. And so he's just wandering around the yard when we're not home. We have a neighbor who loves animals. She's always feeding squirrels and random animals and birds, and she's just got like 1,000 different animals that are just flocking to her house all the time, and she's putting out seeds and treats and all sorts of things for them. And the other day, we're coming home, and nobody's at the house, and we're all driving the van, and we drive the van around the corner. And when we're coming around the corner, we see our neighbor walking across the street with a dog treat in her hand, and Boomer's like in the driveway, like super excited, like jumping up and down, like doing the turnaround dog thing because she's bringing a treat to him.
Yeah.
This is something we've never talked to her about.
The
I'm
neighbor.
aware
The neighbor.
that she gives him treats.
Right.
I know that it happens.
Right.
And I'm also not opposed to it. I think it's great. Whatever. It makes Boomer happy.
But does she call him out past the invisible chain?
No, she doesn't do that.
Okay.
She knows. But what I'm saying is, she's never come to me and said, hey, is it okay if I give Boomer treats? She's never done that. I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
But this is what's the situation. So she is walking across the street towards Boomer. Boomer's flipping out, like excited. We turn the corner onto our street, and she, while she's walking, she looks up and she sees that we're coming,
Yeah.
and she's about ready to give Boomer a treat, something which we've never discussed with her. So instead of going to Boomer and giving him the treat, she tucks the treat kind of behind her back and kind of does like a turn like down the sidewalk. And Boomer's like,
Yeah.
kind of like,
wait, what?
what's
Yeah.
going on? I thought
Yeah.
that was. And we wave at her, and she kind of waves, and she's got the thing like tucked behind her back, and she kind of waves, and she walks around the block. I've never seen her go for a walk before, ever.
Yeah.
She doesn't go for walks, So it was super awkward
Yeah.
because she was getting ready to feed
You
Boomer.
know for sure she had a treat?
Oh, 1,000. I would bank everything I ever had on it,
Okay.
like 1,000%.
Okay.
And she was obviously hiding it behind her
Yeah.
back. No, listen, she was definitely on her way to give Boomer a treat.
Okay.
There's no doubt about that.
But she backed out.
Well, yeah, the moment she saw us,
Yeah.
because it's not anything we've ever talked about.
Right.
Now, at that point, we're cracking up
Yeah.
because it's hilarious just to see the whole awkward situation. At that point, and I waved at her and
Yeah.
stuff. At that point, do you think it's better to then go have a conversation with her and say, hey, listen, if you want to give Boomer treats, it's fine. I don't got a problem with that.
Yeah.
Or just let it be. I feel like it would almost make it more awkward for her. I mean, it's already an awkward situation now.
Right.
I feel like it would make it more awkward for her if I had that conversation with her. Because what if she denies? Like, am I going to make a thing about this? You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't going to give Boomer a treat. Like, I know you were. Like, you definitely were. And I don't
Yeah.
have a problem with it, by the way.
I don't know.
I feel like she might deny it.
So-
Even though I know.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. When I was younger, I definitely would have said something.
Yeah.
The older I get, the more I'd be like, yeah, it's fine, whatever.
Mhm.
If she does, she does. If she doesn't, she doesn't.
I feel like she's never going to do it again, though.
Because
should
you
have
caught her
seen
in the act.
The look of horror on her face was.
So, this is similar,
Yeah.
a little bit different. I had a friend who had a baby a couple years back, and his wife was sick,
Mm-hmm.
and the baby's at this point 2 months old.
Right.
And the dad, my friend, went to the bathroom. While he was in the bathroom, he'd taken a few minutes. I took a picture of the baby and put it on Instagram and said, I'm hanging out with the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't tell him.
Okay.
2 or 3 days later,
Yeah.
he said, did you post a picture of my baby? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, we weren't putting any pictures of our baby online at all.
Ever.
Like, I did it first.
Yeah. Hey.
Listen. So I'm like the lady trying to give the treat to the dog.
And what was your response?
Sorry. I won't do it again.
I'll delete it.
I didn't delete it. It's on social media. It lives forever.
Yeah, but you could still, out of respect, just be like,
When I say
listen, I'll go back
friend-
and delete the post.
Former friend.
I mean, friend enough.
well, we're not friends
now,
anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Apparently that's a thing. That's a very trendy thing right now.
Not posting pictures of your baby on Facebook
Yeah.
because
I don't know.
people are concerned.
Yeah.
Like that somebody's going to do something.
Yeah. I think it's a bunch of hooey, but which is why I took a picture. There's tons of pictures of my kids online.
Yeah. Like too many. Like you've been contacted by the internet.
Please stop. Yeah.
We know what your kids look like. We don't need any more.
Yeah, I post a lot. The last picture of my kid was actually my daughter.
Hmm.
From she cleaned the house the other day with the kitchen.
Hmm.
Did a pretty good job. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but
Do you realize there was a day, your daughter is 16 years old.
yeah.
There was a day in which it was the last day you ever picked her up.
It was like 2 weeks ago.
You think so?
No. On your birthday, I picked you up. I got a picture holding you, right?
But like unironically picked her up.
Yeah, no, that has been a long time.
And you probably didn't know
I didn't know that
at
was
the
going to be the
time
last
this
day.
is going to be the last time I
Thanks
pick
a
her
lot
up.
for this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pick you up later tonight. She's huge. I couldn't do it. I mean, you're not fat. I mean, you're just tall.
She's
you know?
yes, she's no longer a child.
No.
She's
I
16
mean,
years
what are
old.
you now? 250, 300? No, not quite.
Not even. Jason, what's your second
Oh
thing?
gosh. My second thing. I saw this fabulous thing, and I think we should do it at our dad's house. This guy took a dumpster. It was
I'm
an
so glad you said stir.
this guy took a dumpster.
Mm-hmm.
He dug a huge hole in the ground, buried the dumpster,
Okay.
filled it up, and then ran foam down in there, and then a liner,
Okay.
filled it with water, and capped it off with a wood cap, and made a pool out of an old dumpster. And it was awesome.
I feel like it's got an expiration date. Like, I don't know.
Listen, the guy spent like $2,000 and
Uh-huh.
had it was a huge dumpster, one of the huge like industrial
Yeah.
construction dumpsters.
We get
and-
rusty. You know what I mean? Like
I think he coated it with a
oh,
like
I
a-
see.
um,
Like a bed liner kind of a thing.
like a bed liner type
yeah.
of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pressure from the sides of the earth counteract the pressure of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was California, so you don't have to worry about the thawing and freezing temperatures in Ohio. But I just thought it was awesome. For $2,000 or $3,000, you could have a very nice pool.
Some people bury their trampolines.
Yes, in Oklahoma, people did that, and it became a rattlesnake den.
Oh, really?
Yes, you don't want to bury
Oh.
a trampoline in Oklahoma.
That makes
So they dig a
sense.
4-foot den,
Right.
and then you put a
Well,
trampoline in it.
because the wind kicks the thing over.
Right.
The
In Ohio,
trampoline.
it'd be 100% safe,
Yeah. Although I have a neighbor whose trampoline was upended the other day.
but it was buried.
No.
No, that's what I'm saying. In Ohio, you could bury it.
Right.
In
Without
Oklahoma,
threat of rattlesnake.
in
den.
Oklahoma, it's a rattlesnake den.
Yeah. But, you're not going to like, I mean, as long as they stay down there, you'll be
No.
fine.
No. Rattlesnakes are a huge problem down there.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we lived in an area where, they were alive. Rattlesnakes and tarantulas and tornadoes is awful.
Tarantulas?
Yes. Big hairy tarantulas. Remember Miss Kathy brought in a big tarantula that she found on her farm
Really?
to the daycare kids, yeah.
Hmm.
And she took it out of the jar and all the kids are touching it and stuff. I wouldn't get near it.
Not a fan.
No. Big hairy
All right,
spider. There's no
So
there's no
your
reason.
second thing is some guy took
Pool
a big
dumpster.
trash can and put it in the ground.
Yes, and
and
I'm
filled it
excited.
with
I think
water.
we should do this. Would you rather spend $5,000 and go bigfooting with Jose Canseco
Uh-huh.
or have a $5,000 dumpster pool?
What are the chances that we're going to conclusively find Bigfoot?
100%.
Oh, then yes.
Oh, no. I'm talking just in general. You're talking you and Jose Canseco.
It's like on this trip.
Oh,
What are my chances?
7%.
So I have a 7% chance
Yes.
of proving
To prove
conclusively.
conclusively.
Not-
Inconclusively.
That's already been done.
Yeah.
Proving conclusively that Bigfoot exists.
Yes.
I have a 7% chance
7%.
for $5,000.
Yes.
Or I can dig a hole and put a trash can in it and then fill it with water.
And swim in it.
Yeah, I'll do the 7% Bigfoot thing.
Okay.
Jose Canseco notwithstanding. I mean, I wouldn't. Would you rather go Bigfoot hunting with
Okay.
Jose Canseco or
Mount
Mark
Rushmore
McGuire?
of people to go bigfooting with.
Bear Grylls,
Yes. Les Stroud.
the Survivor Man. You know I'm not a fan of his.
I know. You think he's whiny.
I think
Bear
he is
Grylls
whiny.
is a fake. Straight up fake.
Okay,
He's
yes.
sleeping at the Holiday
Listen,
Inn,
I understand.
but then he's acting like he's sleeping out in the wild.
But he is a survival expert. Like, he could do those things. Just for the sake of the show, he doesn't. But it doesn't mean he's like...
Listen,
It doesn't mean
his show-
He's not a fake. The show is under false pretenses.
his show is entertainment.
But there's... Yeah, it's entertainment.
It's an entertainment show.
mm-hmm.
Don't call it a survival show. It's an entertainment show about
that
survival.
teaches about survival.
That's entertainment. Les is the real deal. He's out there by himself.
I know, but
He breaks
he's
his foot,
so-
he's dead.
He's so dramatic. Everything's so dramatic all the time.
What are you talking
It's
about?
just he's too dramatic.
I love Les.
I know you do.
Les and Bear, Jeff Meldrum, and Jose Canseco.
That's it.
That's it. And Amy Boo, our former guest.
I don't know that any of those people are on my list, to be honest with you.
You just want to go camping in the woods.
Well, yeah.
So who are you going to hang with?
Historical,
Yeah, sure.
like they can be people that have already died.
Julius Caesar,
Okay.
Augustus Glump.
Mm-hmm. Genghis Khan,
Uh-huh.
and Pee Wee Herman.
What's your second thing?
All right, my second thing is, well, we're on YouTube. We're on the YouTube now.
The YouTube.
Yeah. And so I was thinking about websites,
Mhm.
and I thought we should do the Mount Rushmore of websites.
Okay. The George Washington is Google,
Yes. I think
without a
so.
doubt. Google.com
Google.com.
is the George Washington
Mhm.
of the Mount Rushmore of websites.
Right. Next. Netscape.
I can't think of Netscape without thinking about without thinking about the time when we were seniors in high school.
This is so stupid.
Some guy.
It's the dumbest thing ever. It doesn't even make sense. And it
There's a-
should be funny.
But it's hilarious. There's a browser
Mm-hmm.
on the desktop
For those that don't know
in
what
Windows 98.
Netscape was, it was an internet browser.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it went to a website, but
Mhm.
Netscape was the browser,
Mm-hmm.
like
Firefox.
Firefox or Chrome or whatever.
Mhm.
Do you know what Netscape is, Stella? Yeah. So I mean, this was 20 years ago. It was like
Mhm.
one of the first browsers. So he renamed the
So stupid.
he renamed the file on the desktop instead of Netscape. It was Netscrape.
Which is not a thing. It doesn't make any sense. And it's so stupidly funny.
When we were 18, we thought that was great.
It doesn't even make any sense.
It was so great. It was the best thing. It was the
Mhm.
best. It was so funny. Nutscrape.
Okay.
The teacher was not happy.
No, I wouldn't think so. Was she the geometry teacher?
No,
Okay.
no,
All right. Netscape not going to be on the list.
no.
Google definitely is the George
I
Washington.
feel like Yahoo could be. It was one of the original search engines.
Yes, it was was one of the original. Has not withstood the test of time, but back in the day,
It was a go-to.
AOL would be the same way.
Yeah. I feel like Wikipedia deserves honorable mentions, if not a spot.
I feel like YouTube definitely belongs on the list.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
for sure.
YouTube is like the number one.
It's the Abraham Lincoln.
It's the Abraham Lincoln.
George
Came a
Washington
little bit later.
is Google,
but-
and yeah, a
Okay.
little bit later.
So the two slam dunks are Google and YouTube.
Do you know YouTube is the second most search engine
Behind Google?
behind Google?
Mm-hmm.
And Google owns YouTube. So the crazy part about it is, like, Google is getting 90%, I don't know, 90% of the search traffic.
Mm-hmm.
It blows me away.
You all
Sorry,
right?
I had a little hiccup burp
Yeah.
puke thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's outrageous to think that. I mean, you want to fix your car? YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You want to find something to watch on TV that's funny?
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a massive search engine.
Okay.
I use it all the time.
So it definitely belongs on the list. Definitely Google.
Yes.
Definitely YouTube.
Yes.
What are we missing?
Stella, do you have any thoughts? What's like Netflix?
Mm.
Now it's an app, and we think of it as an app on our phone, but it was. I dropped my phone.
Yeah, you did. I mean,
it was a website that you had to go and order DVDs from.
yeah. I mean, it's
And you
still
can
a
still
website.
watch-
You can still go to
Yeah.
Netflix.com and watch everything that's on
no,
there.
I got it.
What is it?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, that's it.
Because,
Everything.
yeah.
We order almost all of our stuff on Amazon. We don't go to the store for anything.
Yeah.
The only time we go to the store is for groceries.
Right.
If we
And even that eventually will get taken over by Amazon.
no, it already has started to. They
Mhm.
bought Whole Foods. They were doing grocery deliveries.
Yeah.
Most of the equipment here